Okay, it is August 2023, because tomorrow's the 24th and the kids go back to school. And it is time for our August garden tour. Okay, so things are going good, but a little bit crazy. I got all my herbs and some snapdragons. I've got this sweet potato vine. I don't know if there's actually sweet potatoes in there or not, but we'll find out in a little bit. I have got this scarlet runner bean that is coming out of everywhere. This is a giant squash vine coming from the other side of the fence. This is also a squash vine from the other side of the fence. And then over here, same thing, I've got some herbs. Ooh, there's some basil that I pick. And then on my lemon trees down here. Hey, baby lemon tree. This is the plant I kept for my mom that I'm trying to bring back to life, and she appears to be doing good. And I got some zinnias here. Okay, big bed number 1. Cherry tomatoes. Not cherry tomatoes, I lied. Paste tomatoes are still producing kind of like crazy. I've tied some of them up to this string up here. I thought about doing a string across here and tying those up too. Which I might probably still do because I'm just getting so many of these paste tomatoes still. If you look in here, look at these guys. What I'm finding this year is these little ones are super prolific. The San Marzanos, the Romas, very prolific. But these Amish paste, and then back over here, these new ones I'm trying this year, they're an Italian pear. They're huge and chunky and meaty, and I really like them a lot. So I'm gonna go all in on Italian pear next year. And then in the front row, these are all of the peppers. And I have pulled a ton of peppers, so all the lower leaves are getting pretty empty. And they're still going. Look at them, like they're still making flowers and getting really tall. If you look at the top of this one, it's got all kinds of peppers in the top. And that's a pretty tall pepper plant. I don't know if this really translates well, but so I'm gonna just keep letting those go till the frost. These nasturtiums, like I said in the last video, on the bottoms are gorgeous. I'm doing nasturtiums all along the front of here next year. I love them. This giant sucker, I don't know if I can back up enough so you can see this crazy thing, is it's this. See that guy right there? It's a center cut squash. So it's a hybrid of a tromboncino and a butternut squash. There's more in here. It's creating tons and tons and tons and tons and tons. There's one up there. It's up over here. And if you come around this side of the chicken coop, you can see it's up this chicken coop. It's all down the side of the chicken coop. Hi, ladies. Oh, there's a nice one right there. There's a baby one right there. It's everywhere, and I love it. And it has a partner, so I planted it on this side of the chicken coop, and then that one goes to about there. And then I planted another one down there that goes up here and across. So I got this beautiful archway. Of course, my neighbor starts mowing his lawn. This beautiful archway of squash, and then mixed into this one I have a nasturtium, and this is a climbing nasturtium. So the ones on the other side over there, those ones are like they're mounding, I think is what they kind of call them. So they just make big mounds and they kind of fall forward. This kind over here though has bigger leaves and it actually climbs. So I had it trailed up this trellis with this squash. So I have blooms in here, and and it's helped a lot with pollinators. So I've gotten a lot of squash off of this plant. Look, it's got one up here now again. I'm gonna say that I've probably picked at least a dozen of these already so far, and there's probably a dozen more on here. Look, that one just got pollinated. Isn't that fun? Oh, it's so cool. So these are going on my muskrat next year. They're so fun. And then back in, oh, I didn't even show you over here. These are just herbs still. I pulled my beans out except for these ones. Look, this is what I mean when I leave them for seed. I just let them dry out on the plant. So I'm just leaving, like, I've got a couple there and I got a handful down here and I'm just leaving alone. And then these other packets, I planted carrots in there for fall. So hopefully those come up. We'll see. Same thing over here. Carrots and empty pockets and flowers. This is this crazy tomato plant. And it has a friend back here, crazy pepper plant, neither of which I planted. Oh, there's some red ones. They just are growing there for fun. All right, back in this corner where this vine is. Yes, Eleanor, I hear you. I just have some flowers and some herbs back here. Look at these cosmos though. Aren't these the prettiest? They're a double bloom cosmo. I can't remember the name right now, but aren't those just beautiful? They're so pretty. I'm definitely growing those again next year. These are those pink phlox, twinkle phlox, I think they're called. I've got some oregano, and I did plant some herbs and stuff in here, but they're not going to take off till next year probably. And then back in here, I don't even know how to show you guys this. This is a giant tomato plant, and it's got beans wrapped all around it. And they are the purple beans, and look how pretty these pods are. Can you see them? It doesn't want to focus. Oh, there it is. Isn't that pretty? That's how the pods look. And I've also got the Scarlet Runner ones in here, and that's these guys with the red. So I got all these really pretty vines in here, just kind of in a giant mess going everywhere. Compost pile number 1. Volunteer squash. Volunteer watermelon. And that's the only pumpkin for the year. I don't think she's going to make it. And then this is my other compost area. I've just put these up here, and I've got some chicken wire, and I'm just kind of creating more space for compost so that it can all sit over the winter and I can have more compost for spring. Okay, this side of the garden is slicer tomatoes. You can see I pruned them up from the bottoms already, so anything below a tomato I prune off to help with disease resistance. Down here, these are all carrots. I forget what kind. And then I got these pretty lemon sunflowers in here. It's just a really pretty color, like that really gentle yellow. Sorry, bug. But these are all my slicer tomatoes. They are big. Look at these guys. Like, this is my hand. Like, this is a huge tomato. That's Dr. White Cheese. Look at that one. They're just monstrous. And then these ones over here, where's the big one? Up here, like this guy. Like, he's super meaty. That's an Abe Lincoln. And then I can't even show you. I don't know if you can kind of see. There's back in here, there's some really, really huge mortgage lifters. So they're doing really well. I don't know if you can tell, but they're folded over. I'm out of space. I need to tie something up higher, but these vines actually go up more. And if I can get them to go up more, I'd probably get more yield going into fall. But I'm not sure how that's going to work. Down here, I pulled out something. I had beans in here, and I planted lettuce just a couple days ago. I don't see anything, but leaf lettuce in here, so I'll have fall lettuce. This anise hillsop is taken over. Hello, little calendula. I think that one's called something blonde. And then up in here, same thing. If I got a pole, I'm putting beans on it. I got these pretty pole beans. And I got another one of these center cut squashes. Isn't she lovely? She starts way over here. Let me show you. Right over here. It goes up here, up over this, up into here. Okay, this corner is got that big squash and more beans. I had those purple ones in here, and then I also have these pink ones. They're called Sunset Runner beans. They're super pretty. Here's one with some baby beans on it. And then this right here is a Kajari melon. It's got lots of flowers and lots of flowers, and it's getting high. I don't have any baby melons yet though, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna get one or not. I don't know. I got these pretty senorita zinnias in here too. And then I have 8,000 calendula here and here. And then all these ones got squashed because the children built a pillow fort on it and then it rained. So I'm probably going to come in here and I'm going to save all these seeds, all these darkened ones. I can pull off and dry and save for seed next year. And I think I'm going to feed all these calendula plants to my chickens to try and give this melon the best chance it can at growing, and see if I can get a melon or not. Look at these cosmos back here too, aren't they pretty? Oh, they are. When the cosmos go away, they do make, this is like a cosmos seed. Can you see this guy? They're really long and skinny. I just take those and put those in an envelope. Those are cosmos seeds. And then back here is the lettuce garden. I had really bad luck with anything in the brassica-ish family, but Emily gave me 2 kohlrabi starts, and they have made it. That's all that made it, Emily. I'm sorry, the rest of them all died. I've got some carrots in here. Deb gave me some dahlias that are so teeny. I don't know if they're going to do anything for me. And then this moonflower, which I think is going to open. And then I have got these cactus zinnias in here. And they're super pretty. I didn't think I'd like them, but I really, really do. That's why you never know. Like, you have to get something with the seed packet and you got to try it yourself and see kind of what you think. And then here's the celery that I already harvested. You can kind of see where I cut it off. It's growing new greens, and I'm going to let it do that. Celery is a biennial, so in theory, it'll come back next year and grow again and make seed. Now, it's not frost tender, or it is frost tender, so I'm gonna have to cover it up and mulch it and just see. It's very close to my house, so it's got a windbreak. It might make it. I don't know if it will or not. I got calendula here, same thing. I'm gonna pull that sucker out, and then all this empty space, I sowed spinach yesterday. I'm gonna get a nice spinach crop here for fall. All right, out to the driveway. All right, here's where that center cut squash starts. Look at, I got another one coming right there. Look at, it's planted in this black bucket, which I did tear open so it can get into the dirt, but still, that is quite the plant coming out of a black bucket, a grow bag. The rest of these are all zinnias, and they took a big beating. We had some rough weather. It got really dry and really hot, and they did not like it. They liked the hot, they didn't like the dry, and these grow bags dry out really well. I'm trying to work my way out of these grow bags. They're really, really good to begin with. However, if I can get rid of them, I'm going to and move on to something else. My asters are blooming. Holy cow, guys. These asters are so pretty. They're not even all the way open yet. Ugh, they're really cute. I got some kind of bean here. I have no idea what kind. I forget. Apparently a green one. These are the ground cherries. I planted some peas in here. Oh, look, I got baby sprouts. Hi, baby peas. I'll get some fall peas. I got another ground cherry here. My cool retractable hose. And then I pulled all of this out a couple nights ago. This was where I had a whole bunch of crazy things. They were not doing well. They were kind of suffering, weren't going to make it. So I planted beans in this first one, and I planted some peas in these a couple days later, and I planted some beans in here. So I might get a fall crop in here on this trellis here. And then right here, oh, hang on, it's going to work so much better. This is the end of the cherry tomatoes. You can see the plants are kind of getting brown, and the tops are doing okay, but I'm just getting a little bit of dead stuff here and there. So I'm just going to keep harvesting them. But I did do a whole bunch of peas in here so I can get peas as those die off. This dahlia's pretty. Isn't she pretty? I want to save some seeds from her and grow her again next year, I think. This bed doesn't get as much water. The problem with this bed is when it rains and I don't have to water anything else, this stays dry. So I'm gonna have to get some kind of irrigation to this. I do have bean plants going in here. but they didn't come in very thick. I got some of this pretty variegated nasturtium, some basil. This is also another bed. Cherry tomatoes that are on their way out. There's some flowers down there. I put more peas in there as well. But like I said, in the top, they're doing pretty good. I'm getting tomatoes still, so I'll keep harvesting them as I have them. This crazy bed, I'm just slowly feeding to the chickens, except for these cosmos, which got super big and super tall. I love them. I have no idea what I'm going to put in here, if anything. All right, let's go in the front of the house. Okay, I finally have gotten cucumbers. These are the cucumber plants at the front of the house. I think that's my front porch. And, oh, there's one. There's one. That's going to be my seed one, I think, probably. Got a couple up there. I have not gotten many cucumbers, but my lovely friend Rachel has got cucumbers, so I'm going to can some of hers. I've got beans growing up there. The clematis plant is doing really good. It's kind of petering out a little bit. And then over in this giant jungle, got some yarrow that did not flower this year. I think this bucket is, it's in a pot. I need to put it in the ground and it's going to get huge. Snapdragons. These are all tomatoes back here. And I was bad to these tomatoes. I didn't, whoa, look at that one. Holy cow, hang on a second. Look at that guy. I was just going to say, and look at all those guys. I was bad to these tomatoes. I did not do anything to them. I didn't stake them. I just kind of let them climb the thing at will. Oh, and there's some over there too. Well, that's beautiful. All right, I'm excited. All right, I'm going to back up now. Oh no, first I'm not. Look at those. Aren't those pretty zinnias? All right, now I'm going to back up. Okay, so I do have tomatoes back there. They are slicer varieties. This guy is a big trellis of purple pole beans. Got this amaranth. This is new this year. I got it in a seed swap. I thought the bees would like it more, but I really haven't seen too many on it, which is super weird to me. Lilies, coreopsis, snapdragons. These are called Orange Wonder. I got them from MI Gardener. I love the combination. Isn't that pretty? Some more calendula. This bush has gotten out of control. So this whole big thing is one big giant bush that I cut down to almost nothing. I thought it was going to die. And I put all these plants around it, and then this year it went bonkers. So I'm going to have to re-landscape this area next year and take into account that this bush wants to be really, really big. This is all sweet woodruff. It's a ground cover. Some succulents and some wild geranium. This alyssum grows in the clack. Oh, this alyssum came up really good too. That's a pretty color. Back in the back, I have got some irises that are going to get moved in the fall. Tons of phlox. This really pretty zinnia color. It's like a lime color. Chartreuse. Jeez, that's a huge bee. Did you hear that? It scared the bejesus out of me. Can you see how huge he is? Oh my gosh. Big carpenter bee. He scared the crap out of me. All right. Bush's rosebush doing well. Black-eyed Susan's having a moment there. And look, these delphinium. Look at that guy. Isn't that cute? Looks like I'm going to get another spear right here too. That's beautiful. These things, I'm never growing again. Look like a grass. They're called bunny tails. I thought Ava would find them cute, but these are all going to be seeds. Can you see it? Anyway, I will not grow those again. Parsley, calendula, a whole bunch more irises that need a new home. This is a non-edible bean called hyacinth bean that is really pretty, but this is not the right place for it. It keeps trying to climb this pole and sliding down. So I'll have to find it a new home. I don't know where. This oregano plant is out of control. Back there is a hot mess. If you want to see my hot mess, there it is. Buckets and buckets and buckets and buckets. Those red solo cups are there to tell which variety it is because I never put a tag in them. It happens, people. That's the cucamelon plant. I don't think I see any cucamelons, but it looks like it's getting powdery mildew, so that might be a bust this year. That would be a good place for that hyacinth bean next year. Because look at these beans. I don't know what kind they are. I probably didn't even put a tag on them. It's probably going to stay a mystery. But they made some really good flat beans. And they're going to grow over my walkway. I gave them a little string. We'll see. This color is really pretty. Here's some more volunteer snapdragons. These are pretty. All right, here's the wall. I did get a fair amount of volunteer sunflowers this year. I didn't plant any of those. They all came up on their own. I wanted to have this echinacea in here. Echinacea and coneflower are the same thing. And then I planted zinnias in wherever there was a gap in the echinacea, and I wanted to see what would happen. And then I planted one big tromboncino squash on this end, and there's one on that end too. And they are making baby squash. I'm gonna have all the squash I'm ever gonna need. So they're doing super good. Next year I am going to put my sunflowers back. I'm toying with the idea of only doing mammoth sunflowers, big tall ones, so that I don't have flowers hanging out on the sidewalk. They just go straight up and then bloom. I don't know if I'll do that or not. I don't know. We'll have to see. But this year I did these dwarf sunspot flowers, and these heads are humongous, but the plants only go up to, I don't know, belly button level. But they're going to make a bajillion seeds, and I loved them, but they took up way too much garden space, and I don't know what I'm going to do with them next year. I'm not sure yet. We'll see. Okay, big garden. Brent's truck. Old Faithful. All right, the garden is looking lovely. These are all calendula up in the front, and this big sprawling plant is watermelon, sugar baby. There's one in there. Looks like I got one down there underneath those zinnias. There's another one over here. I did pick one, guys, because it was heavy. It had a spot on it. The tendril was dried out, and it was not done. I was so disappointed. Here's the allium. This is ornamental, but the bees love it. Look at that, really pretty. I don't know if you can see. That's an nasturtium, a variegated leaf. It's so pretty. There's the polar bear zinnias. I got one set of them here, another set over there. That's where I found my monarch butterfly today. And then these are just some multicolored zinnias here in the middle. Look at this, is my scarecrow. This is what Brent got me for Mother's Day. Isn't it cute? I love it. I have melons in here. I tried picking one of these today too, and they were not quite ready. And then I also have these new little, look at that, aren't they cute? They're called a honey nut squash. Yeah, they're super, super cute. Down over here, I have got some squash left. Like there's an 8-ball squash down there. I probably pick tomorrow. I picked a couple yellow squash yesterday. Oh look, I got a couple more little ones. And then I got a spaghetti squash over here that made one spaghetti squash. And then in the back row, I've got some more sunflowers. And these are my hot peppers. So I don't remember what kinds they are, each one of them individually. I'll have to look at them when I go to pull them out. Except I know that these ones are paprikas. I got a bunch of paprika right there too. So I've got paprikas. Oh look, I got cayenne right here. There's some cayenne peppers. There's some more cayenne peppers. And then they go behind these sunflowers, which is why I think I'm going to have to yank them out, over to this side. And then, oop, hang on, the scarecrow almost got me. Then over here I got some more. I mean, they're all hot peppers until you get about there. And right here, whoop, hang on, hold on, I'm falling. Right here I'm growing the shishito peppers. These are Brent's favorite this year. They grow on this little plant, like It's really not too big, maybe 2 foot high. It just makes so many. Like, look how many are starting. I picked it clean the other day, and look, they're everywhere. I'm gonna get a banana pepper plant. Oh, and look, here's another shishito. Look at all those shishito peppers on there. Like, I'm gonna have to make them again tomorrow. Ooh, hello, dill. Aren't you pretty? And so that's kind of that. There is some bare spaces in there. And as I get these bare spaces, I'm going to fill them up with fall things. So in the bare spaces over there by the scarecrow, I planted beets a couple days ago. So I've got a whole bunch of golden beets and red Detroit beets in there. Neighbor, really? I'm very happy you're taking care of your lawn. You have bad timing. Once I pull out those sunflowers that are kind of all starting to droop there, those peppers should take off, and then I'm going to plant something in here. And I don't really know what yet. I could do radishes. I could probably do carrots. I could make some PTPs. Anything that's got like 55 days or less, or can handle a frost. So I guess we'll kind of see. But that's kind of what it works. As things die out now, I'm trying to put things back in their spots. All right, that is all I got. There's the lovely August garden.